everybody can be living in harmony and enjoying each other's culture. But no, African Americans coming from a good place, obviously. No, we can't do that. It's like being in a relationship where your partner don't gift you stuff, don't show you love and affection, but then all he wants to do is, if you know what I mean. And then on the other hand, we see Africans saying, well, it's not your culture anyway. So Asians are appropriating African culture, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. So there's this artist here on YouTube that made this song, and then it's literally Afrobeat. Yeah, there's even Igbo words in the song. There's the Afrobeat, the signature Afrobeat that everybody's vibing to these days. Yeah, the South Koreans are vibing into it now, and they are literally making Afrobeats. Yeah, that's what's going on. Cultural appreciation versus cultural appropriation is not something that we're new to here on the channel. We have touched on it a little bit here. Someone sent me this video on Instagram. I was like, eee. I'm going to put the video up so you guys see. Kaja. See, I'm not going to lie, fam. They killed it. I think the song was fire. So I went from like the wow moment to like the wow moments. It was this very quick, crazy transition of wow to sadness. And I felt sad, not really because of the reason that you are thinking right now. I went sad because I thought, we're humans, we've messed everything up. Because here I am listening to this beautiful song, watching the video, and it was nice. But then I'm like, I mean, it's the kind of song that I would actually have downloaded to my phone and actually listen to. But then here I am thinking like, wow, is this appreciation or is this appropriation? We've gone so far as human beings that we cannot even, appreciate and enjoy the simplest of things anymore, because we've literally tainted everything. And I wish, everybody can be living in harmony and enjoying each other's culture. But no! No, we can't do that. For a moment, I thought, what would the world be like if we were not how we are right now? If we were not how we have been, which led us to the point we are now. We've really robbed ourselves off of a lot of things that I feel like we've not at the moment, really realized yet. I now, as a Nigerian, as an African, cannot come out and appreciate the culture of South Koreans by maybe going to get a hammock, and then I put it on, and then I take nice pictures because I appreciate the culture. I cannot do that anymore because I'm going to be tagged someone that is appropriating the South Korean culture. In Nigeria, culture appropriation is not something that we talk about. When we see foreigners here in Nigeria, dressing in our traditional clothing, even going as far as making music, Afrobeat music, we don't off the bat think cultural appropriation. We just think cultural appreciation. We see people doing stuff and vibing with our culture as appreciation. I usually like to narrow my points and opinions to Nigeria, where I'm from. I do not want to generalize and say the whole of Africa. But then do let me know down below in the comment section what country you're from, what your stance are, and what the stance of your people are, and if your people view cultural appreciation versus cultural appropriation the way we view it here in Nigeria. When I went to check the full video on YouTube, I saw African Americans and Africans going at each other in the comment section. We are now having a clash. African Americans coming from a good place, obviously coming from a place of care, advising Africans to be more tight-handed and gatekeep their culture more and preserve it, so that we as Africans will not have to deal with what African Americans are dealing with now, with every single person literally just jumping on the African American culture and literally claiming it. But unfortunately, Africans don't see it. Africans don't understand it yet. Africans are like, the culture is meant to be shared. And so you have this back and forth in the comment section. You see African Americans telling Africans to gatekeep. African Americans in the comment section talking about how this is cultural appropriation. South Korea, you have your own culture. Why are you making music out of your own culture and using your own slangs and stuff? Why are you taking things from Africa? And then on the other hand, we see Africans saying, well, it's not your culture anyway. I mean, we that have the culture, we don't care. We love it. We enjoy it. We appreciate it. They are appreciating our culture. Why are you bothering yourself when it's not even your culture? And it's this crazy I'm going to put a video up right now for my African brothers and sisters on the continent, because I do wish you guys understood, how deep cultural appropriation is and what it is and how bad it can be for our cultures. And I wish we understood as Africans, the place African Americans are coming from when they say gatekeep your culture, because they have a history of their culture being stolen. You understand? And then they are trying to advise us and help us save ourselves from, the obvious future if we do not stop being so open-handed to everybody. What they mean when they say gatekeep your culture.
이렇게 하는
여기 쓸 수 있겠네, 그 창법.
약간 아프리카의 좀 뭔가 그런 악기들로 바꾸는 거야. 뭔가 똥똥똥똥똥똥똥똥똥똥똥 이러면은 이제 우리 스타일을 좀 살리는 거야. 그걸 좀 살리고 약간 에스닉 힙.
에스닉 힙.
Okay, Africa and the indigenous people of America are two different things, and they're mashing it all together and calling it ethnic hip without doing any research or even credit. Like, they're just pulling a bunch of random concepts out of their ass, like, yeah, African drums, and what else? The idea of an indigenous person shouting, yeah, let's use that. In that way, we can keep our style. But it was never your style in the first place. Like, you can't appropriate the parts that you like and call it your own. That's not cool. Don't do that.
뭐야.
Oh, hell no!
That is an Asian calling other Asians out for appropriating African culture and also appropriating Native American culture. You heard what they said. The South Korean K-pop idols or K-pop stars, they wear as they are planning their new song that they want to create. They are like, let's take the drumming from the Africa, and let's take the ooh from the Native Americans, and then we're going to create it, and then we're going to make it into our own. We give it our own style, and then we are going to make it ours. So literally, you see these people taking things from other people's culture. They will not give credit to where it's from. They will switch it up, and then they claim it to be theirs. And this is what African Americans are saying to Africans. We need to be wary of the things that we're letting people in on, because when they come in and they take, they don't give back, because this is coming from people who really do not really like us. They are discriminative towards you because of the color of your skin and your race and where you're from and whatnot. But then they are so willing to bank on your culture to make a living, to make profit off of it, to make name off of it. So they are literally using you to climb up the ladder in society. Economically, they're climbing up the ladder with you, your culture. They want everything that is, from you but you. They want everything that you've created, but they do not want you. They want everything that you've come up with, designed, orchestrated, but they do not want you. So they would rather get you out of the picture and have everything that you've created and then use it for their own good. So when African Americans are saying being wary, be careful, let's gatekeep, this is exactly what we are talking about. And I literally made this video specifically for my African brothers and sisters, the one on the continent. It's the ones that are here that are sadly not aware of the bigger picture. They are not aware of it 100%. So there were Africans that were like, oh, it's cool, it's okay, oh, they're vibing to our culture, they love Afrobeat to the world. And there are Africans that were like, hell no to that. They didn't even like it 1%. They were not flattered at all. They were like, no. You can pause to read these comments, fam. We are not in a society where we should be sharing our cultures anymore. We're in a society where we should be gatekeeping, because what we have going on out there are people that would be willing, more than 100% willing, to take everything from us and never give anything back. They would not give you love as a fellow human being. They take from you, they don't give. It's like being in a relationship where your partner don't gift you stuff, don't show you love and affection, but then all he wants to do is, if you know what I mean. Every time. That is the exact kind of relationship we're in. We're in a relationship with these people that always want to And then when they come, they're out the door. Do we get love? No. Do we get, gifts for our birthdays, Christmas? No. Are we willing to give gifts? Yes, we're willing to give them gifts. When it's Christmas, we're giving gifts. When it's, their birthdays, we're giving gifts. When it's Easter, we're giving gifts. Anytime, we're willing to give gifts. But these people, all they want to do is come and when they come, like I said, out the door. And this is what African Americans are advising us against. It would have been a beautiful world if we were sharing our culture and everybody was appreciating and not appropriating. Everybody was giving everybody equal amounts of respect. Everybody was reciprocating that respect. Everybody was being human. All lovey-dovey, walking in the clouds, we're all happy together. If we lived in that kind of bubble, if we lived in that kind of cloud, if we lived in flowers, that would have been okay. But we don't live in that kind of situation. And that's why the topic of appropriation is so hot topic. Because the truth is, if they were giving like they were taking, there would not be a problem. Duh, we're being arrowed on a daily basis. We're being arrowed from the anus, from the VJJ, from our nostrils, every single hole, from our mouths, from our ears. We are being arrowed constantly, back to back. From all holes, all the holes, open in our, we are being arrowed, from every angles. And they are trying to warn us, advise us.
Okay, if you guys don't know what this means, I in Korean, but in this context, it's meant to sound like the N-word. Stop saying the N-word!
What you talking about, man?
Stop saying the N-word!
얘기하면 되잖아요. 근데 이제 흑이들. Hey, what you talking about, man? I don't know what you talking about. No. 약간 이런 거.
그러면 흑인 있어.
가자.
Yo. You die. 시작. 뭐야?
Girl, what did you say, girl? No, you ain't doing that. 약간 이렇게 표정도 막 이렇게 하고 몸을 좀 많이 쓰시면서.
이거 엄청 좋아하잖아. Wake up.
아 맞아요. 맞아. Wake up. 영화에서 본 것 같아.
What you say, girl?